there's this one area we were in that was really small. So we had pretty much contacted everybody's house within a space of a month. And we kept doing that over and over. And we of course worked with members, trying to help them to find people that were ready and prepared to hear our message. And sometimes that was successful and sometimes not, but we'd really get outside of the box. You kind of had to, like, in order to attract people to you or find ways to connect with people, and like not a missionary way, like kind of, because sometimes people there are kind of put off at the fact that you're coming to preach some religion to them that they usually associate with North America, and sometimes people don't even like the United States. So it's really hard. That's kind of a boundary. So you kind of have to show them that you're a normal person, that you love them and care about them, and you're not just there to like force some religion on them or anything like that. And a majority of them are Catholic, but there's a lot of people who are like evangelical or like born again Christians or Jehovah's Witnesses. So there's a pretty good mix of religions there. Majority are Catholic though. And so I remember one time my companion and I, we just started organizing these soccer tournaments at the church building, because every church has a soccer, what's the word? Has like a soccer field with goal posts and things like that. So we were like, we should just take advantage of this, like on a day when we didn't really have a lot of things to do normally, or when people were like working a lot or something. We organized these soccer games so that the younger kids of the neighborhood would come, and we'd play with them, and like sometimes we'd make little bets, being like, all right, if you guys can beat my companion and I, and there'd be like 10 little kids maybe, like, if you can beat us, we'll buy you all ice cream or something like that. Because one of my companions at the time was like pretty wealthy and affluent, so he didn't have a problem using like his own money to do that kind of stuff. So we would play games like that, and we'd get their contact information, and we'd go by their houses and just meet their parents, say, hey, we've been playing soccer and this is where he's been going, and just explaining things like that. And we'd kind of tie it into church things by giving them a tour of the church. And usually they'd have pretty insightful questions, and we'd be able to answer them. And a lot of times this is the first time they've ever stepped into like a Mormon church. So it was really different. And sometimes it was the first time they'd ever stepped into a church, other than when they were like baptized as a baby or something like that. So that was pretty cool.